Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
Rob Van Dam, listening to True Heel Heat. Pow!
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for Rated Raw Review. In the Upside Down Rated Raw Review, number 101, Chapter 101, Stranger Things, discussing last night's Raw is Stranger Things from Brooklyn, New York, the January 5th 1-year anniversary of the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw as only we can. And to do that, I usually would be joined by someone. Sometimes Romeo Anthony Cologne. Well, not really sometimes. Occasionally, not really occasionally. Once in a while, Romeo Anthony Cologne, and usually Top Guy JJ. He will be joining us very shortly here, but I am here to start things off with you all. I appreciate y'all. If you're joining us live, appreciate y'all. If you're watching us on demand, remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You could share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. We want to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on Monday Night Raw, the Netflix 1-year anniversary of Monday Night Raw. So we want to hear from all of you what you thought about last night's show from Brooklyn, New York. And we also want to hear from you if you're with us live in the live chat. I love to interact with all of you guys. Until Top Guy JJ comes, you are my co-host here on Rated Raw Review. So let's hear from you guys. What did you think about last night's Monday Night Raw? I will let you know how I felt, and you know me, I don't pull any punches. So I will start things off with highlighting a couple of your comments. We got Zach Minger in the chat who says National King Cake Day, SP3 and Top Guy JJ. I don't even know what that means. I'll be honest with you. What is a king cake? Is it a cake for a king, or is it a certain type of cake? I don't understand any of this. We got Cody Loke in the chat, my good brother G Loke. Thank you so much. He says, at what I do at THH was feeling the chapter themes, but damn, Bron did his thing. I think that Bron did have a good performance in the main event, but there wasn't a lot of good on last night's show. I think this was another instance of WWE over-promising and under-delivering on a big-time special edition of Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. We got Sanjo in the tag. Good to see you, saying, "Sup, everyone." He also adds another comment where he says, "That crowd in Brooklyn sucks." This is one thing that I don't do. I will always call a crowd out if they are not good. But really listen to that crowd last night. They were into the opening matchup, and then the show went off a cliff, quality-wise, not even the crowd-wise. So if the crowd is getting a crap show and the crowd winds up reacting like crap, I don't blame the crowd. I can't say the Brooklyn crowd sucked last night because they got a shitty show after the opener until pretty much the second half of the main event. But that is my opinion. Let's see what my co-host thinks. He is the resident True Heel alcoholic himself, the resident True Heel sneaker collector himself, Top Guy JJ. How you doing, Top Guy? Happy New Year.
I'm not alone. Thank you. Oh my God, because I didn't watch no reactions. What's up, chat? What's going on, SP? I ain't watched shit because I got home so fucking late from work. I didn't even really watch it live. That shit gave me the best sleep of my fucking life going into the night. It was such a regular mid-ass show. I had no reason to be excited.
Dude, if I wasn't communicating with the True Hill Heat chat and other people where I could just say, like, after an hour after the opener, and I'm like, God damn, did the show fall off a fucking cliff? I thought after the opener, I was like, oh, this is going to be a good show. It was a good opener. The crowd was fired up. And then the show quality-wise, oh, my God, what the hell happened?
You see my headline, right? Because I was considering taking my nephew to this show for his birthday. Thank you, WWE, for giving us such a bullshit show that I saved the cool band. Thanks. Because this show was ass. My God, bro. Stranger Things couldn't even save this bullshit.
And they did the whole thing, the theme. Let me just say, I'm a huge fan of Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things. You guys, if you are subscribed to our secondary channel, True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment, I did a review of season 5. I did volume 1 and 2, and then I did volume 3 review with Chris G to talk about the finale. I love Stranger Things. I even suggested I was gonna do like retro recaps of Stranger Things for seasons 1 through 4 and stuff. So I really enjoyed talking about Stranger Things. I really like seeing the Stranger Things. I liked hearing the theme for Stranger Things. But after about like the opening segment, everything felt forced. And they did not have one actor from Stranger Things. How many times have we have to deal with these people who are only at Monday Night Raw to promote something on Netflix, and no one from Stranger Things could show? They couldn't get Murray. They couldn't get Murray from Stranger Things.
Dog, you know what? I think, man, actually, you know what? The show sucked. So let me preface that before I say that. Before I say what I'm about to say. This show was disappointing. Like, it was so underwhelming. It was such an underwhelming show for a 1-year anniversary show. If you thought the show was cool. But this shit was severely underwhelming. Like, they did their job too. Like, they did their job through social media. And one thing I would say I'm happy about, because you know, these people that are the thousands and thousands of wrestling experts that's across the platforms of social media guaranteed or hinted, because Adam Pearce, which he got all you dumb motherfuckers, which he posted his little clip of break the walls down, say, oh shit, he's coming. No, the fuck he's not. No, the fuck he's not. Motherfucker wasn't even in New York.
Dude, this was the ultimate great. This is one of the greatest shows. I got to give WWE credit for one thing. This was one of the greatest bait jobs I've ever seen from a wrestling promotion. They baited the fans. They had only sold 9,000 tickets before Adam Pearce's social media post. They sold 9,000 tickets for that show. That was going to be a disappointment for them ticket-wise. Adam Pearce did that with the tease of break the walls down. They sold 3,000 tickets in one day. 3,000 tickets in one day. It was a near sellout last night off of that. Yo.
Gotcha, bitch.
That is the ultimate flex. God, congratulations, WWE. You got him.
Yeah,
you got him good.
They did their job. Yo, you see what's crazy? You asked me last week what was my chances I think he was going to be there, and I said 0. But then I wanted to be friendly, and it's like, all right, there's a chance, right? There's always a chance in professional wrestling, so I upped it to 10%. Yeah. I wasn't shocked. Wasn't expecting the motherfucker. But good Lord, was this show. Like, the matches were underwhelming. The fucking promos were underwhelming. Like, the main event was easily the best thing about the show. And it was all right.
And it was filled with some of the biggest botches you will see.
And it was
biggest botches that you can see in a matchup. Good to see you.
This man Bron Breakker is gonna get hurt, bro.
Dude, that was all CM Punk's fault. We'll talk about it more when we get to the match. We gonna
get there. Oh yeah.
How long has he been wrestling? How many times has he been in the ring with Bron Breakker? I knew the spot was coming. How did he not know?
Like, legs inside, dummy. Legs inside, stupid. That nigga wasn't in any type of position. And
that shit got me I was so upset. I was I was pissed off. I literally messaged the True Hill Heat chat in real time when they finally got me back into it. I think it was when Braun goes for the GTS and Punk reverses it into the STF. They finally got me back into the matchup in the latter half of that matchup. But I was so pissed off because that was a basically an unforced error on that matchup. Unforced error. There was no reason why Punk did that.
Punk is old, so I guess he just had a memory lapse and just forgot inside. Legs inside, sir. Legs inside. So that nigga looked like he looked concerned for like a good 10 seconds because he knew how, and he's saying, so am curious to think what people was chanting, the Brooklyn crowd was chanting, "You fucked up." I wonder if they thought that Braun fucked up and not CM Punk.
Probably they thought Braun fucked up because not every angle of the Barclays Center plus Barclays Center is all weirdly set up. Can see that was Punk's fault, obviously.
Yeah, because I think Punk even kind of had like a kind of perplexed look, like wasn't him. It wasn't him.
Dion says, "What's up, THH fam? I got to say that was another disappointing Raw. Felt eerily similar to last year's built-up first Raw of the year, but with less stars. Seems like we might be in for another dud year." Yeah, like I said, I won't call it like a trash show, but it was definitely disappointing. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting this grand Raw with hot angles, with new stories being presented, blow off of some other stories, but set some things up for the future. The biggest kind of nitpick that I can give to last night's show, they didn't set up any new stories, any at all.
This shit, yo, to my viewing likings, this show was garbage. But there's going to be people that's gonna be like, yeah, this show was alright, it was cool, it had a nice aesthetic, it had a nice theme, and you saw all of these new champions, and yeah, they had a banging main event, and then you saw a man get the taste slapped out of his mouth, and yeah, and nah, this shit sucked, B.
Happy New Year to the chat. Happy New Year to
Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. Holy shit. I wasn't on True Hill Heat. So yeah, Happy New Year, y'all.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, guys. I know this is probably technically like one of the last days that you can say Happy New Year to people, because I know there's like this window of like somewhere between 5 to 10 days, and then after that, apparently we're like thrust into the year. We're already halfway through the year when it's January 10th, apparently. But you know, people are just fucking weird and not grateful that we made it to 2026. They're like, "Yeah, bro, it's already January 12th. Like, fuck you saying Happy New Year for?"
You got you got the whole month, especially if you haven't seen anybody. That's why I told you Happy New Year, because I haven't seen you since the New Year.
So I have until the next time I see you.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't see your ass until March.
Oh well, I think that's a little too much, because
if I don't see you,
but it's spring already,
I will say it to you anyway. If I don't see you and I fuck with you, like, but if it's been months and months that we haven't kicked it and shit like that, yeah, because you know, life be life. And next thing you know, we are gonna be talking about WrestleMania.
This is true. This is true.
This shit happens really quick, but this show felt like 4 hours, and it was only 2.5.
Dion with a good point says, best thing I can say about the show is that I like the set. I said this at the beginning of the show. I was like, that set, they showed more effort with that set than they do for PLEs.
I'm not gonna lie, SP, I had bad feelings about the show from the moment it started. As soon as you start talking, I don't even know if you're going to talk about it, because I don't even know if it's worth talking about. When these two buffoons come out of the van and they give this
the squawk
completely lackluster ass introduction of Monday Night Raw, and then these goofballs aren't even dressed for the occasion. You got this nigga Michael Cole in a 25-year-old suit.
I mean, Corey Graves at least tried, and Corey Graves knew the terminology as well.
Yeah, like, God.
All right,
this is either going to be really quick or really long.
Either or. That's usually how it works here. Nolan Nolan's Man B saying king cake is a dessert that you eat during Mardi Gras time here in New Orleans because apparently it's National King Cake Day, according to Zach Meeker. Thank you. Thank you to Annika. Thank you to Nolan's. Thank you to Power Driver Finisher for explaining what king cakes were because I was very confused. War Hero says Braun needs to win on a PLE, period. No. That's not how this works. That's not how this works, War Hero. Literally, they told us that, oh no, the Bron Breakker, he can't get a title shot at Saturday night's main event. You remember that? You remember that when he came out with the world title and then they didn't put him in the Battle Royal and then he didn't face Punk at Saturday night's main event to decide the new World Heavyweight Champion? They didn't say, oh, he can't win it at Saturday night's main event or they said he needs to win it on a big time show, that he shouldn't even get a title shot until a big time show. And they hyped up this show to be a big time show for him to get a title shot, and he lost. I'm sorry, he should have lost that Saturday night's main event last November instead of last night.
Don't you get? It's going to get to a point for me that it's just I'm getting New Day feeling from when we were so animated and so hot on how they fumbled that so ridiculously bad. They're gonna do the Bron Breakker thing on their timing, no matter what the fucking people react to, no matter how the reactions are, no matter how they're gonna stick to their timeline like a bunch of corporate fucking schmucks and try and just hook, line, and sinker people to spending thousands upon thousands of dollars, and they're going to have another record-breaking year in 2026, but the week after WrestleMania, there's going to be 24 motherfuckers getting cut.
Yep, that's usually how it works. Dion says, I'm worried they may go the boring option of having Braun win the Rumble after losing here, similar to Jey Uso. That would be so dumb if they did that same shit this year. Like, Braun should not win the Royal Rumble after losing last night. If you're going to do Braun getting another title opportunity at WrestleMania, he should win the Elimination Chamber in Punk's hometown of Chicago to set up the rematch. He should not win the Royal Rumble just 3 weeks after he lost here.
Scary is that that's actually a possibility.
We got a super chat donation to start us off hot. Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. We appreciate you. He says, just had to mention this, guys, but how many Raw episodes lately have we had with zero DQ finishes and no contest, even with the interference? I'm just saying. Well, it's back-to-back weeks because last week didn't have. I don't think last week had it. No, last week had the DQ with Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio. So they're on a 1 week streak. I can't give them any credit for that.
Sure.
1 week.
Sure.
On that 1 week streak.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
We got some love for Top Guy JJ in the chat from Juvie Mono 123. He says, love to Top Guy JJ. I like his takes.
I mean, most of my takes is just me speaking as a fan. Like, I'm not an insider. I just watch what I see and react to what's going on. And the thing I hate and love about this place is that they put me in like 37 different moods. Like, that's kind of like with AEW, it's either a really high, it was or like, what the fuck are y'all doing? WWE is the most all over the place fucking brand there is in any form of programming that you will watch. Like, I did have a lot of reactions to shit that took place last night, and one of them, I'm gonna temper y'all ears because I'm not gonna be happy when he brings it up. I'm not gonna be happy when he brings it up.
You've been warned. We got Rachel in the chat. Good to see you again, Rachel, who says Braun's loss was inevitable. But if Drew loses on Friday, then he should just pack it up and leave to AEW. Cody could always get his belt back at the Rumble or the Chamber. It is not a train smash. Okay.
Rachel, don't hold your breath, love.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Don't hold your breath.
The bearer of
don't
bad
hold
news.
your breath. Because I don't think either of those takes is happening.
King Greg saying, I watched Raw for the first time in months. They didn't do anything to make me watch again. Yeah, that was my big nitpick from the show, that they just did nothing. They set nothing up to make you continue watching other than a match for next week. We got here in the chat, we got a few more super chat donations for me to go through. We got Jovi, once again, Jovi Mano, who says, them actors finished up Stranger Thing commitments. They are not pulling up to this show. The hilarious part is Sadie Sinks, who plays Max Mayfield, was in New York City. She was in New York and didn't even come to the Stranger Things Monday Night Raw, or probably wasn't even invited to the Stranger Things Monday Night Raw. They are not done with their commitments because she did that whole, she was on Jimmy Fallon to promote Stranger Things. So they aren't done with their Stranger Things commitments. They're still doing interviews and making appearances for Stranger Things, yet they didn't even bother showing up to the show.
Good for them. Good for her. Good for whoever was invited that had some empty seats that they just had to throw some people in. Because you ain't missed shit. You ain't missed shit. And your night would have been essentially over and you would have been underwhelmed. Because it would have been like 10:30 at night. It's a Monday. Yeah. Good call. Good call to those who were invited that didn't show up. Good fucking call. I was so close. I was so close to buying those tickets. I was so close. Like, this is probably
don't you feel so good? You feel so good that you did.
I'm about to go buy a pair of kicks after this show.
Yeah, I'm glad you all are still here. I don't know what happened. We dropped a couple of viewers for a bit there.
Because that was during the New Year's conversation.
Oh no. I was saying because we had a drop or something happen on YouTube for a second there, but everybody came back. So that's
all. I mean, YouTube is fucking me. Well,
it bugs out. It bugs out on occasion. So I appreciate y'all for joining us. We got Dion who says Punk can't go at that level anymore. He just needs to do smoke and mirrors matches. Yeah, he can't go with the guy who's gonna go 100 miles an hour like Bron Breakker. It showed last night.
I mean, he performed well. But
yeah, by the end of the matchup, it turned out to be a very good matchup. Like you said, I thought that was probably the best match on the show overall. But the botches and the mistakes in that matchup, I 100% put it on Punk. And Punk was doing his best John Cena impersonation, not by the STF, by how loud he was calling every single spot.
I mean, it's getting a little senile, man. He's almost 50.
He's talking to my good ear, Braun.
Yeah. At least he can still perform at a pretty good level. He took a lot of abuse from Braun, I'll tell you that.
Oh, he got the shit beat out of him throughout.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna when it comes to performing and performances, yeah, you could talk about the botches, but I'd say 100% of us cannot do what the fuck they do with what that man does at damn near 50 years old. he's still pretty good at his craft. He just ain't 20 years ago. I mean, fuck. None of us
And
is what we were 20 years ago.
He was pretty sloppy 20 years ago. So yeah.
And that's what people loved about him, is that he was like raw. And
yeah,
he's still raw. He's just an older raw. It's like a you know, it's like food. When you get away, when you see that old bad raw food, you stay away from it. People just can't stay away from CM Punk. People just love themselves from CM Punk no matter what. CM Punk is a megastar. And hey, I guess it comes with territory. Criticisms, praise, all that shit. He is a megastar. And he can still deliver. So I'm grateful for that. He can still deliver.
Dion has been a member for 8 months. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He also sends here a super chat donation for us. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support there as well. He says, I think I'll stick to watching clips/highlights and listen to y'all's reviews. Nothing of note happens on these shows anymore. I'll watch Rumble, Chamber, Mania, and SummerSlam live, but the rest is useless. When you get efforts like last night, like the big thing that it is, like the best definition of it, you know, JJ says it was ass. I say it was disappointing, but it is another case of Monday Night Raw that they overpromised and underdelivered. That's what it came off. They tried to make this feel like this was going to be this big, groundbreaking episode of Monday Night Raw that you couldn't miss, and I could have missed it.
You know, and that's to me, I think this is a hell of a take and a great one by Dion right here, because we're lifelong wrestling fans like SP and I, and for people that watches it like kind of on a religious basis, if you're kind of somebody that's looking for moments from a place like the WWE, you might get 4 of them a year. You might get 4 a year. Mind you, Raw is 52 episodes, and you get 52 episodes of SmackDown. That's 104 episodes of just those 2 shows alone. And if you get 4 to 5 moments a year, 97% of the time, you're not missing shit. You're really not. Like, if you stop watching right now and, don't, tune in to us, but if you stop watching now, per se, and you don't tune in until like mid-March, there's nothing that's going to be drastically different.
No.
Like they're gonna
if you follow this schedule, you're getting all the big stuff, because Triple H doesn't do anything else on the smaller shows.
Yeah, and like the anticipated returns and the big time moments and the pendulum swings and all of that stuff, like the wrestling shifts, you ain't getting that. You're really not. Like the heel turns and the face turns and all of that stuff, they're so subtle that they're no longer like big moments. Like they're things that just, oh, this person was a face for like 5-6 months and then they turned heel. And then after like 3 to 4 months, they do something favorable and they're a face again. And it doesn't feel like it's an anticipation no more. It's a when it's going to happen. Like there's no like, oh shit, oh shit. Like you don't get that. You don't really get that feeling when with this company especially any longer. Like it, because they hotshot so much shit. They lack so much they lack consistency in trying to deliver future storytelling, which is supposed to be a soap opera and episodic show, but we don't get that. You just get hot shots most of the time. So yeah,
you get long drawn out stories that are dragged out. And
if you watch YouTube clips, Instagram reels, and that shit, You can see what the entirety of the show was in a matter of 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah. Or you could just let us watch it for you, and we'll break it all down as we always do.
And we might make you laugh with the bullshit that we call out in the fucking tantrums that we may throw at the garbage that we just wasted 2.5 hours of our life watching.
Oh, gotta give love to Davion here because man, I didn't even put this together. He said, "What's good, everybody? I can't believe SmackDown put on a better show than Raw. What the hell is going on? SmackDown was 3 hours. SmackDown, by the way, was so much better than last night's Raw.
That is actually embarrassing.
Yes,
because the 3 hour SmackDown had literally zero buildup.
Nope. And that shit just kept hitting us with big stuff. Oh, Trick Williams is here and he's interacting with Sami Zayn. Oh, first segment, Randy Orton's back. Oh shit, that's what's up. Jordan Grace is here on the main roster. Oh shit, Matt Cardona is Matt Cardona. He's not Zack Ryder. And oh shit, he's back. He re-signed. Oh, the ambulance match was a bunch of fun. Carmelo looks like a star and had a great match with Johnny Gargano. The Julia's the new U.S. champion. Like even that match that wasn't good, at least it had a title change in it. Like they hit us with big moments. Noteworthy stuff. Everything felt fresh and new, and that is the exact antithesis of what we saw last night.
For the people that want to understand what SP said, because SP sometimes gets a little too smart, it was the exact opposite of what you saw on Monday Night Raw. Like, dude, I cannot believe I had to actually go and rewatch like an hour and a half of SmackDown. Like I could not believe that. Like I was that you see that 3-4 times, that 4 or 5 times a year that was one of those times because SmackDown looks like they are on if and I don't want to say they're on the up. Not gonna do that.
No. But I don't know if you saw the news. I don't know if you saw the news that came out. PW Insider reported that Road Dogg got a demotion. And that my boy, the guy I've been bigging up from really when we started this podcast, you remember when I used to talk about why NXT was so good and everybody was giving credit to Triple H, and I did my research and I was like, no, it's really Ryan Ward. Ryan Ward was the writer of NXT in its prime, why it was so good when we started this channel and this podcast and stuff, and now he's overseeing all of the creative on SmackDown.
This is not good for Raw. This is not good for Raw. And yo, the fact that in a fell swoop, because we talked about Randy Orton and when is he coming back? The fact that if you got Randy Orton back, you got Trick Williams coming. Trick Williams going to be on the show. You got motherfucking Matt Cardona is a part of the SmackDown roster. And if SmackDown also acquires Oba Femi,
Oba Femi better come to Raw. Like we need something. We need somebody new up in here because the only new person they added it during a commercial break.
During a fucking ad that I did not see. This is how you know they about to not do shit with Javon Evans. They signed this nigga during an unaired U.S. It was unaired in the U.S., so none of us Americans saw this shit happen. I saw this shit on Instagram that Javon Evans signed on Monday Night Raw. Like, what the fuck? What in the actual fuck?
Shit was disrespectful. And I do agree with SpongeBob loves Scraps. Sponge Boy loves Scraps. Good to see you. New name in the chat. We've been seeing a bunch of new names. If you are new, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified. We're here every Tuesday talking about Monday Night Raw and hopefully making you laugh and making you entertain more than last night's show did. He says most WWE moments don't have a lasting effect for me to remember. From the thousands of moments they do between all the shows, maybe 10 of those I will retain.
Exactly. So this is over, or more or less. Say if you watch Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, if you are one of those people, and I pray for you if you are one of those, because I'm sure not. If you are one of those people that watches Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all their PLEs, Saturday night's main event, you are getting over 200 WWE, NXT, whatever the fuck you want to call it, shows a year. If you only getting retention out of 10, dog, that's 5% of their fucking programming that has stuck to your brain for an entire year. And that is pathetic. That's pathetic. Not on your part for the retention, on their part for delivering you 95% of unmemorable, mediocre shit.
Indeed. Let's get into the show finally. Monday Night Raw on Netflix, the 1-year anniversary of the premiere last year from Brooklyn, New York, the Barclays Center. What did you think about the crowd last night in Brooklyn? I thought they were I thought they were very into the opening matchup, and then everything after that was kind of a downhill in quality, so their energy wasn't there, and then they picked themselves back up for the main event.
You know what's crazy is that I was like, yo, oh shit, we might start on a good note here. Dog. They opened Monday Night Raw with a match. They opened Monday Night Raw, a WWE show. They opened it with wrestling. They opened it with wrestling?
Yep.
This has got to be a good show now. This has got to be a good show now. When was the last time, please educate me, that Monday Night Raw opened with a wrestling match? I might be able to tell you, but I want you to kind of help me with that, because I think I remember. 1 year ago, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa in Tribal Combat.
No. That don't count. That don't count because we had to hear. Remember, we had the video package first. That was like, first it starts with a typewriter, and you rate the stories. And then who started out? Who really was the opening of Monday Night Raw last year? It was the Game, the creator, Triple H. I'm in the ring. Welcome to a new era of welcome to Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
So, I get you. I get it. But it wasn't the opening character segment. It was Glory Hog introducing us to the era. I don't consider that a segment. The first actual segment was Tribal Combat. And then they went 51 motherfucking weeks with opening it with talking segments.
No, wait. No, that wasn't. It was this. It was the Rock promo. Rock where he killed all the story, because that happens before Tribal Combat, because he comes back out after Tribal Combat to give him the Ula Fala.
Ah, damn. This is even worse. I forgot about that bullshit. I genuinely forgot about that bullshit. I apologize.
Yeah, because
I forgot about that bullshit.
Because Dwayne comes out and he completely nukes the two matches that he was building. He says, hey, you see Cody Rhodes in the front row? Me and Cody are real good friends. I took a picture with his mama, and we're all good now. And The Rock,
that shit opened the show?
Yeah, because he follows. He comes out after Triple H goes back.
Oh, good Lord. It's been even longer! Yo, chat, please help me. Like, I now officially don't remember the last time Monday Night Raw opened with wrestling.
It's had to have happened once.
This
right?
is nasty work, yo. This is nasty work. Like, I don't remember if there was a match. I don't fucking remember it.
It had to have happened on Netflix, right? They've had to have one time where they opened up with a matchup on
With
Netflix,
wrestling?
right? With wrestling on Netflix. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get back to you. All right, let's talk about the opening here because it wasn't exactly just go right to the matches because we needed Corey Graves, who is dressed as Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, alongside Michael Cole, who has no idea what the hell is going on despite coming out of the squawk van from season 5 of Stranger Things. Michael Cole tells us that things are about to get strange, and we see some upside down graphics. Cole and Corey Graves pop out of the squawk van. Graves is dressed for the 1980s with the Hellfire Club shirt and his leather jacket. Cole isn't at all. The Vision and Bron Breakker are walking. CM Punk is drinking coffee. The Judgment Day is walking. Lyra Valkyria is driving Bailey. Maxxine Dupri is walking, and Becky Lynch is walking and having her social media person tweet out her all caps tweets, which is awesome. Graves welcomes us to Monday Night Raw. He says we're going to see Demogorgons, Demodogs, and big time title matches on tonight's show. This is the first time that we see the announcers swap shows as Graves and Cole are back on Monday Night Raw while Joe Tessitore has to head back to Friday Night SmackDown, which I am happy for because Joe Tessitore commentates professional wrestling like he's watching golf. The pyro goes off, and we kick off with our opening contest. Rhea Ripley, who got a huge pop around her song hitting, and Io Sky. The challengers are out to face the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Alicia Taylor gives us special intros for all 4 ladies. Io and Asuka start things off. Io with the handspring and then some kicks to Asuka on all 4s. Asuka to the floor. Sane is sent out with her, and Rhea Ripley does a cannonball off the apron to give the babyfaces control. We head to commercial break, and when we come back, Asuka and Rhea are going at it in the ring. Asuka with the knee. Rhea gets sent to the apron, and Asuka joins her. She teases a suplex until Asuka falls off the apron. Rhea goes for another cannonball, but Kairi is able to pull Asuka out of the ring to give the heels the advantage. Rhea misses that, and then Asuka and Kairi throw her into the barricade. They throw her back inside, and we get a head scissors over the ropes by Kairi. Rhea eats a series of kicks and then a 2 count. Asuka with some slaps to Rhea. Rhea headbutts her and then catches Kairi for off the top rope with a fall away suplex. Then we tag to Io. Io comes in and she starts running wild for a bit with some palm strikes, and then she hits a sling blade, which leads to Corey Graves mentioning that she learned that from Hiroshi Tanahashi, who recently retired. A nice gesture, even though it felt like a here nigga damn gesture. Asuka down in the corner does her taunt. Then Asuka blocks her Io's corner attack. She goes for a corner move herself, but Io brings her down to the rope. Kairi trips Io up on the ropes and then double stomp to a prone Io, who flips on the mat and then gets a 2 count for the Kabuki Warriors. Kairi has Io in a lion tamer, but over rotates. Io then goes for the tag, and she finally gets it, bringing in Rhea Ripley, who comes in with some clotheslines to Kairi. Kairi gets kicked on a head scissors attempt. Asuka gets booted off the apron, and then Rhea hits a nasty looking razor's edge, which looked like it broke Kairi's back, how she bended her up. Then Io comes in with a missile dropkick, and that gets a very close 2 count. Rhea hits the riptide, and then Io goes up for the over the moonsault, but Asuka drives Rhea into Io and then hits Rhea with a great looking code breaker. So we get a code breaker and a lion tamer in the first match. He's definitely showing up tonight, right? Asuka tags in, baseball slide to Rhea for a 2. Then we get Asuka with some strikes. He runs into a head scissors from Rhea. Asuka turns that into an ankle lock and then it suplexes Rhea. Double team by the Kabuki Warriors gets a 2 count, but then Asuka and Kairi hit the assisted insane elbow for a 2 count. Io makes the save though. Then Io with the German suplex to Kairi. Then she tags into the matchup. Asuka with the small package for 2. 2, and then a backslide for another 2, but then Io hits a double stomp. She then hits a Meteora in the middle of the ropes. Rhea then tags in. She hits the Riptide on Asuka. Io comes off the top rope. She hits the over the moonsault. Then she quickly gets up. She does a tope suicida to Kyrie while Rhea makes the cover. And 1, 2, 3. History has been made in Brooklyn. We have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky RHIYO are finally the champions. They are finally overcome and ended this rivalry, hopefully, with the Kabuki Warriors as they win the tag team titles. This felt like it was an inevitable result here, but the crowd was so much into this, and all 4 ladies showed great chemistry with one another. This was a good opener to the show. The fans were really waiting for Rhea and Io to one-up Asuka and Kyrie once again, and this was a nice way to open up Monday Night Raw in 2026, giving the fans some hope, giving them a happy ending to the opening matchup, and all the ladies, like I said, showed great chemistry here, so good matchup to open things up. What did you think about Rhea and Io, new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions?
Stranger Things said, we open it with wrestling, and it's a good match. This show is on a course to be amazing. like this is about to be a really good episode. This is what we were kind of looking for. This was a good match. It was really nice. I enjoyed it. I do enjoy how I kind of wish it would have been a little bit more threats to Asuka and Kyrie retaining. It felt a little too dominated by Rio. But it was still good. It was still solid. You got the result that pretty much everybody and their mama was expecting. So it was a good moment. And you're at the show, first 30 minutes of this, you're like, all right, I'm about to be in for a good show tonight. Thank God. I spent a lot of money on this shit. So the least they could do is give me a good program. Then there's the rest of the program.
That's the least they can do, right?
Then we get the rest of the program. So I guess we're on a high note so far. So we're on a high note. So far, the show's getting a thumbs up. So far, it's getting a thumbs up.
Unfortunately, the show peaked here. Sancho says the match was good. We got Sancho also saying, I do admit the crowd was great in the opening matchup. Like I said, Sancho, like I know you said earlier that the crowd suck. It really comes down to the show. Like we can't. WWE has had to give up on the fact that they really relied in 2023 and 2024 on these hot crowds that were into everything that they were putting down, and they made the shows better. But they can't do that anymore because now they're asking for people to pay a mortgage to go to the show. So they have to give us a good show for people to be expected to react.
Yeah, I mean, they did have that run in the beginning of the Netflix era where every crowd was essentially pretty damn hot. But there was also that about month and a half to 2 month stretch where there was no crowds in America. Like they were running all the shows overseas in different countries, so the crowds
and they got that next week and the week after with this tour that they're doing before Royal Rumble, so they're gonna have that benefit to them. So
yeah, so far so good. Like so far we're on a positive. So we're doing good so far. Made it through the first segment. We got through the 2 goofballs coming out of a Stranger Things fucking van in a suit, but you know, we made it past that. We made it past the dumbass shit where they turned the screen upside down, trying to give me fucking motion sickness. Like, but we made it through that.
Made it through. Positives. These are the positives here, folks. We got Chuck Berries with another super chat donation. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says, so I ask you guys this. What was the point of having Nia Jax and Lash Legend beat the Kabuki Warriors weeks ago on SmackDown? I think it is to set them up to be the challengers, the first challengers for Rio coming out of this win here. Because I think that we'll probably do a Nia and Lash versus Charlotte and Alexa, and you'll have Nia and Lash win that. If I think that the best thing that they can do for the WWE Women's Tag Team division, because they've done all this work of setting up all these teams, they need to do what the SmackDown Tag Team division did last year. They need to do a big TLC matchup at WrestleMania. Throw 6 teams in there because you got enough now. You got RHIYO, you got the Kabuki Warriors, you got Charlexa, you got Nia and Lash, you got the Judgment Day, you got Bayley and Lyra, you got Chelsea and Alba. You got a few tag teams that you could throw in there and make a big TLC, because that might be the only way some of these names are going to make the WrestleMania card.
You know, that was a tremendous job by you explaining that shit. So, yeah. So we're establishing challengers for champions that were current. Now they're ex-champions, so we're setting up future challengers.
Yeah, they got a key win to set them up as a future challenger for a totally different champion.
Got it.
Makes sense, right?
You're so great at WWE logic.
Try my best. Next we get they got the big pyro show for Rhea and Io. Then they posted on social media Rhea and Io with the man who is the most objective and never tries to take the spotlight from anyone.
He pointed to himself.
Yes, he did. He's doing the Rio pose.
Look at his picture, chat. This cunt points to himself.
He's doing the EO pose, guys. It's not about him. It's not about him. We did see Rhea and EO were celebrating backstage. This came after they threw to a really good video package. They had Deathlocks provide the land for the video package for Bron Breakker versus CM Punk, so that was a good one to see. Then Adam Pearce is congratulating Rio backstage. He says that he's very proud of them. But then the ring general, GUNTHER, comes in, and Pearce stops him and tells him that there will be a lot of eyes on him tonight. And he encourages GUNTHER to speak from the heart and maybe mix in a little respect. GUNTHER just chuckles and walks towards the ring. He then comes out, and we get our first chapter title of the show, which it says Chapter 2. He Who Remains, talking about GUNTHER, who is not showing any respect as he pulls out his new t-shirt that says tap like a ... which is showing him choking out John Cena and making him tap. So the typical classy rascal that he is, and classy wrestling merch that we see. After a commercial break, we get Stranger Things path towards GUNTHER in the ring, and then GUNTHER gets on the mic and he says that he's been asked by management to show a little bit of respect tonight. The fans chant that GUNTHER tapped out, which I am still confused on why they're still chanting that, because very easily GUNTHER can turn that around and say, you're talking about the guy you can't see, not really. But he says, what about some respect for GUNTHER, the man that made John Cena do the one thing he said he'd never do? The man that made John Cena tap out like a little, and then the music of AJ Styles hits. Out comes the Phenomenal One, and he marches down to the ring to confront GUNTHER. GUNTHER, as soon as AJ's about to talk, GUNTHER cuts him off, and he tells him that if AJ wants to tell him about respect, he's punching above his weight. GUNTHER is the greatest wrestler in this company right now, and that includes AJ. GUNTHER says that he is the man that made John Cena tap out like a little. And you know what, AJ? Like a little bitch. GUNTHER wants to know what little AJ is going to do about it. And then he gets right in AJ's face and he tells him, you can't see me. AJ takes it in, and then 2 seconds later, he smacks the taste out of Gunther's mouth. They stare down with each other. They get right in each other's face, going head to head with one another. You can see Gunther is getting upset. He's pissed off at the disrespect from AJ. AJ asks Gunther, "What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?" AJ says that he thought Gunther would do nothing. And he says, "That's right. That's right. You're not going to do a damn thing." He drops the mic in front of Gunther, and then he walks off. AJ showing some courage here, confronting Gunther and showing the same amount of disrespect that Gunther has shown to John Cena since making him tap out like a little bitch. Right after that, we get a video package for Maxxine Dupri and Becky Lynch's matchup. And then we go backstage and we see Ivy Now wants another shot at the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. She tells Adam Pearce that she's not going to the back of the line. But then Gunther comes in and he complains about AJ Styles. However, AJ Styles follows him right behind him. And he comes in and he says that he wants a match with Gunther tonight. And Gunther says that he'll wrestle AJ, but he'll do it next week in Germany. And Pearce makes that match official. I thought this was a pretty decent angle to set things up for Gunther and AJ Styles next week. It is a little sooner than I thought. This could easily be a match at the Royal Rumble or on Saturday night's main event the week before the Royal Rumble, honestly. But the fact that they're doing it next week, I know it's going to have a hot crowd in Germany, that there might be some people that are in favor of Gunther. He is the Austrian, but he's been a big star in Germany and in Europe for years. So I think that this could be like one of the best TV matches from WWE all year if it gets enough time and we get a finish next week. So I am looking forward to it. And I thought this was a decent enough angle to set it up. But I do think that we're going a little long in the tooth for this routine from Gunther. Top guy, what did you think?
I like that AJ is going to be in a very temporary prominent position here, because this is going to be a one and done. So that's why I'm looking forward to the match, yes. But, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to last beyond next week. Promo was okay. Gunther needs new words. He needs some new material, because you've now said the same thing for a month. And it's, yeah. And the crowds are still reacting to it. So it's like the crowds are still trying to hold on to it. But for how long? He did slap the shit out of Gunther, though. AJ did slap. He slapped the shit out of him. He was the best part about the promo to me was him cutting off AJ every single time he started to talk. Like every single time AJ put that mic to his lips to say something, Gunther cut him off at the first word. Cut him off. AJ didn't get a motherfucking word out until AJ slapped the shit out of him. It was cool. The Ivy Now shit, completely irrelevant. And I do like how, like, the schoolyard bully, when he goes and runs to the dean, and then the person that he's been, like, talking shit to, it's like, what you gonna do, run to the boss like a little bitch? You gonna run to the boss? Why don't you complain to me, you little bitch? Instead of going running to your daddy and asking your daddy for favors, why don't you come to my fucking face? Like, come talk to me. I'm the one who slapped you, bitch. Fuck you going to daddy for? I slapped you, not him.
Yeah, he showed it with his chest. Yeah, I will say him that. Oh, Danny, I knew you were gonna come, sir. He said leaps and bounds. I didn't say it. Michael Cole said it. Yo, when Michael Cole said it, I was like, yo, Michael Cole's been watching Rated Raw Review and seen Danny's comments. He's trolling us. He's trolling us all.
Oh, we went leaps and bounds on that match for sure.
We're about to talk about it.
We went there.
God.
Oh, we gonna go there.
God.
Oh, we gonna go there.
Dion says AJ's son Gunther put his hand on his throat. LOL. We also got Sanjo who says he thought it was okay, the segment. Dion says AJ Gunther and AJ Styles versus AJ Styles in Germany finna go crazy, man. That crowd's gonna be crazy for that matchup. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Should be good. Should be good.
Danny, I know he's just joined us, so he's giving his thoughts on the show. He says, Raw was a complete shit show. In what universe are we living in that SmackDown whipped Raw's ass? We're living in 2026, sir. 2026 is SmackDown 1, Raw 0. I'm gonna start comparing WWE shows to each other instead of to AEW. It's not right. It's not a fair fight.
Yeah, it's really not. It's not. AEW is, you want to say leaps and bounds. AEW is leaps and bounds over them right now. It's just America hasn't discovered it fully yet.
New Japan is leaps and bounds over them.
All right, I guess we gotta get to this match apparently when that's coming, huh?
Do we have to? Do we?
I mean, we gonna cover leaps and bounds. We gonna cover leaps and bounds. I guess SP. See, the WWE watches this because they know how much we are about to dog walk this fucking match that's about to come up. This is leaps and bounds backwards. We went all the way backwards for this next match. That when my brother comes back, I'm not sure if he's gonna add anything prior to talking about this match, but holy, this shit was terrible. This shit was god awful. I ain't got access to pictures and clips and all of that funny, cool shit that SP puts in between there, but holy motherfuck, this shit is about to get dog walked. I gave him a little bit of prep before we get into this shit, so have at it, sir.
StreamYard didn't even want me to talk about this matchup. They kicked my ass out of here because I was about to talk about this matchup.
That's what I said. WWE watches us right now because they know what we're about to do to this next match. And they said, nah, we kicking this nigga out. Because me is going to be enough. You and me is going to send this shit over the top.
So let's talk about WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship up for grabs. Becky Lynch challenging the champion, Maxxine Dupri. Becky coming out with some new yellow gear, some futuristic yellow jacket, and some nice yellow gear with her shades. Maxxine Dupri's got on all white gear herself. No special intros for this one, just the regular intros. Becky takes Maxxine into the ropes while Cole talks about her ring gear, paying tribute to her upcoming movie. Maxxine takes Becky into the ropes to even the points and multiple go-behinds into the corner. Becky with a mule kick, but Maxxine answers with a Luthez press. Becky goes outside, but Maxxine follows her. She cartwheels on the apron and eventually hits a pump kick on Becky as we go to commercial break. Maxxine blocks an armbar and then kicks Becky down. The fans chant 3 letters, Y2J, Y2J, Y2J at this matchup here. Becky and Maxxine, they trade shots. Maxxine with some clotheslines, a splash in the corner, and then a perfect plex with a kick up by Maxxine. A spinning kick from on Becky gets a 2 count, but then Becky blocks a kick, but Maxxine turns it into a roll through and an ankle lock. That looked horrible. Becky finds the ropes, Becky then misses a stomp off the middle rope, and Maxxine follows with the roll up and then gets into the ankle lock. Once again, her transitions into submission look so choreographed and so phony, and she still doesn't know how to apply the ankle lock, despite going to that training camp with Natty for like 3 weeks. Becky rolls through and she gets the disarmer. Maxxine gets out of it and goes up top, but then Becky meets her there. She hits a superplex, but Maxxine rolls, and then she rolls Maxxine into a DDT as well for a 2 count. Maxxine blocks the manhandle slam a couple of times, and then she misses a kick. Becky hits a back suplex for a 2, but then Becky gets an ankle lock herself, and she didn't even know how to apply that either. Then she sends her into the corner. She hits a German suplex and goes up top, does Maxxine, and then she hits a crossbody for a 2 count. Becky drops Maxxine on the ropes and gets met up top by her. Becky slips under and goes for a power bomb, but Maxxine is able to roll through into an ankle lock. That looked horrible as well. Maxxine hangs on, but Becky rolls her up using a bridge and the ropes for assistance for leverage as she gets the 1, 2, 3 as Maxxine just laid there as she sees the referee counting her out for the 1, 2, 3. Maxxine Dupri has lost the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch picking up the victory here. This match went about 12 minutes in duration, and my God, this was a horrifyingly bad matchup. This was so slow at times. This was the worst Maxxine Dupri versus Becky Lynch matchup, and this is why you shouldn't do a fucking 6-match series between these two people. Because this law of diminishing returns is a real thing in professional wrestling. Whether these bookers want to know it or not, law of diminishing returns is a real thing because they had an objectively very good matchup back in, what was this, October? Yes, it was October. This shit's been going on for 4 months. In October, they had a very good matchup that started off bad, and then they were able to recover. That was the match where Becky got counted out, and Maxxine got her first win against her. Then she had the DQ matchup, which was fine, but it wasn't as good as the previous matchup. Then they had the match in Madison Square Garden where Maxxine won the title. It was fine, but not as good as the previous 2 matches. And then they did this match here, and it was so bad. Maxxine is not good. She's so green. Everything she does in the ring, it feels like she is thinking she's thinking about everything she does in the ring. She gets at one point Becky like reverses something and she's supposed to like send Maxxine to the apron, and Maxxine slowly goes out of the ring. Like it was like, yo, your my suspension of disbelief in professional wrestling is so slim. And it only takes someone who is very green, who is very awkward in the ring, who doesn't have good footwork, who doesn't know how to pace themselves, who can just knock me out of a matchup completely. And I say this as someone who is one of the biggest fans of Becky Lynch. She's the greatest of all time. I put her on the list. That's why she says Sports Illustrated every single week, because she is the greatest women's wrestler in WWE history for a reason. And she is a great ring general. She had good to great matches with Liv Morgan when Liv Morgan was just starting out as a singles person in 2021. She led Bianca Belair to some of her best matches in the series they had in 2022. She had good matches with Maxxine in the past. This was bad. This was really, really bad. And I feel like this was the matchup that really sank this episode of Monday Night Raw into the doldrums. What did you think?
This is one of the worst matches that I've seen in a long time. Like, this was this match was rough, sloppy from the start. Yo, did y'all see the bump that she did when she hooked Becky's arms? And she fell and did the sit down, and she went by herself.
Dude, I literally was like, what the fuck was
She
that?
went by her, and Becky tried to sell it. And
I
then
was like, yo, what the fuck?
The slow motion spin kicks. This chick did like 7 pump kicks in the match. 1 to 2 of the worst looking suplexes you're gonna see. This match looked like they were training to fight each other for the very first time. Neither one of them knows how to do an ankle lock all of a sudden. Neither one. And somehow Becky managed to make her ankle lock look worse than Maxxine's. Like, Maxxine was so bad in this match, it made Becky bad. Like, Becky was like 47 feet deep in shit water. And there was no recovering from this. This was absolutely atrocious. The finish, dude, she's laying on her back, literally looking at Jessica Carr pin her.
I didn't.
Well, whoever it was, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't Jessica Carr.
That was another referee.
That was the reason why Becky won.
I'm just so
because
used
it wasn't
to
Jessica Carr
being in all their matches, but whoever the official was, you're looking dead at you. You look at, and she put her other shoulder down. She put it down.
Yes, she did.
Becky wasn't even on top of this girl. She wasn't even on top of her. So how the fuck did you grabbing the rope give you any leverage? All you was doing was holding yourself up. Like, there's not a good spot like anywhere in this match. This was awful. Like, and it was so long. It felt like this match was so long. Like, this was an abysmal match. This was really, really rough to watch.
It's because they fucked up the whole angle is that Maxxine is a rookie and she's facing the greatest women's wrestler of all time. And then they totally fucked that whole dynamic by her cocky promo last week, where she's now this world beater who can do all the submission moves, who's a good wrestler now. She's improved leaps and bounds, like Michael Cole said. That fucked up the whole dynamic of this matchup. Maxxine took like 75% of this fucking match.
And her selling is even worse. Like, when she is even put in basic shit, I'm just even paying attention. Yo, dog, even when she is in the headlock from Becky, she's expressionless. Like there's no form of performance or acting or selling or acting like you're in some type of agony. It literally looks like somebody's there and I'm just literally just having a conversation, just still talking to you like nothing's happening. Like, it literally looked like Becky was fighting a mannequin. And you know how stiff mannequins are, clearly. Mannequins don't move. So, unfortunately, we found out that Becky cannot have a good match with a mannequin. Becky is phenomenal. But it takes two to tango. And Becky was wrestling a fucking mannequin out there.
Yeah.
This was
like
Becky, stay away from her.
Yo, like it was a nice try, Becky. It was a nice try. You got her over with the audience a little bit. I don't think completely, because they couldn't care less about this fucking match. They wanted to cheer for Y2J.
This was
No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, Danny. No, Danny. You need to answer for your crimes. You need to say that this fucking match sucked. We're not gonna agree with you that this whole show was a giant waste of time because we have already said that. You need to admit to yourself that Maxxine Dupri is not as good as you thought she was, and this fucking match, she was awful.
Yeah, we went leaps and bounds the other way. The train is supposed to be going that way. She went this way, all the way. She went on a head-on collision with a train and got fucking ran over. No. You know what's fucking crazy? Is that none of us wanted this shit from the start.
We didn't.
None of us wanted this from the start.
We did not.
No one cared. Like, and I don't want to do that to completely rag on Maxxine, but they put Maxxine in way too high of a fucking position for us to now watch and now have to have takes on it. If Maxxine was fighting like regular mid-card fighters and having regular matches with B-Fabs and fucking Meechins, and mind you, those were champions. Those were championship contenders for Jade Cargill for God knows what the fuck reason. But if she's having regular matches with them, we don't have to be as fucking tough. But now she is stepping in the ring with literally the best women's wrestler, arguably, in the goddamn division. And she made Becky Lynch look like that?
Mm-hmm.
We all know it ain't Becky. We all know it ain't Becky. Becky is really, really good. But Becky is no motherfucking miracle worker. She was a miracle worker once. But you can't ask a miracle worker to keep repeating itself over and over and over again. Miracles don't work that way. You don't get to repeat miracles. That's why it's called a miracle. Because when the miracle happens, you don't get to redo the miracle over and over again. That's why every match that was outside of that first one that we said that had no business being that good, that was Becky's miracle. The miracles ran out.
Yeah. That should have been just a nice little program. Should have just wrapped it up last year, but no. You wanted to give her a reign. You wanted to try to get her over. And the project, the experiment didn't work. The experiment didn't work because she's not that much better. She needs more reps. She needs to be in NXT, honestly, more than the main roster. I've said this for 2-3 years now. When she was getting booed at house shows for having bad matches, I said she needs to just be on NXT and get her reps there. I had everybody be like, oh, you need to be more nice to Maxxine. No, because there's just a standard on the main roster. I'm sorry. I apologize if this is like new news to you, but there is a certain standard that we need on the main roster for someone to be at, and she's just not there. Danny is half agreeing with us. He says this match was complete ass. So that's the part that he does agree. He says, I do think she's gotten better. She started wrestling 2 years ago, had her first ever match on a WWE show. It's not like she grinded on the indies like most people, but she is on here. It's not like freaking most. There's a lot of ladies on this roster that didn't come up on the indies for years or anything like that are much better than Maxxine Dupri. Liv Morgan didn't wrestle until she got to the Performance Center. She's much better than Maxxine Dupri.
Like it's like what doesn't match with Maxxine Dupri and what they're trying to project on us. Maxxine is not a clean wrestler. She's not a clean performer. And they keep trying to make her this finely executed, doing polished moves, and that's not Maxxine Dupri. Maxxine Dupri needs to be an ugly wrestler. Like it needs to look, it needs to be more natural for us to buy into what kind of a wrestler she is. Like she's trying to execute on a level of like how a Mia Yim is a actual wrestler. Like how Lyra Valkyria is an actual wrestler. Like how these girls, you can see just in their body movements and how they sell and how they move around and how they choreograph with the other women, how smooth. Like Roxanne is a wrestler. Like, so like these girls are wrestlers. She's not a wrestler. She can be a fighter. Like if they, and I've said this from the vignettes, if they stuck to her ugly style in those vignettes and she was just scrappy and it was just nasty and it just wasn't pretty, but it then became effective, it would fit her more than this glamorous shit that they keep trying to project on us, and it looks fucking terrible. It looks terrible.
It does. It just does. Like we gotta be real about it. Like it is what it is. She's not at that level where everything she's gonna do is gonna look good, but you gotta play to her strengths and play to where she's at. Stop trying to make her something that she's just not.
Yeah, like you can see how fluid Kairi Sane is. You can see how fluid Io Sky is. Even somebody, if you want to go height, look at somebody like Rhea Ripley. Like Rhea Ripley is a taller girl, but she has crafted her style to fight with all of these smaller competitors. It's like she doesn't realize how much taller and how much longer and how much lengthier she is than pretty much everyone she steps in the ring with. That's why it looks so doofy and looks so unorthodox and looks so quirky and looks so bad. Like, sometimes you just gotta realize that your style just needs to be different. And training with someone like Natty, which is a natural fucking wrestler, is not the move. Because Natalya is a wrestler. She's a wrestler. Maxxine needs to be a fighter. She needs to be a fighter. It needs to come off ugly, not spin kicks and pumps and these reversals and these cartwheels and all of this agility attempts. No. Like, somebody's got to say it. Like, it doesn't look good. It looks too staged. There's no fluidity in it. It literally looks like when, that cartwheel that she did on that fucking apron was like, oh my, what the fuck are we doing? Is that supposed to be a counter?
Hey, look good.
That shit was the most 1, 2, 3 flip. Okay, I'm going to flip now, and I'm going to make sure I miss you. There's no fluidity in that. Like when Io Sky does flips out of counters, Io Sky's in a sellable position and she makes it look amazing. It's okay that you're not on the level of them, and we're not expecting you to be on the level of them. But don't try to do shit like them when you're not there. And then try to defend her, talking about, oh, she hasn't been doing this long. So stop trying to be like them.
Yeah.
You're not them.
I agree. And Network saying, okay, if all that's the case, can't they do what they did with Natty and have her do excursion shit? I mean, don't they have a working relationship with Marigold or whatever? They have working relationships with TNA. She can go to TNA and get some reps in. She can go to Lucha Libre, AAA, and get some reps in. Work with Fabi Apache and all those luchadors over in AAA. She can go to Marigold. Yes, they do have a pretty good relationship with Marigold. She can do a tour over there, similar to what Anna Jay did, and she got better when she went to Stardom and had a tour over there. There is so much stuff that they can do. They have chose not to do any of it. They have not chose to have her work on the house shows during the holiday tour because she had to get married. I'm sorry, change the date for your marriage because we need you on these house shows so you can have a good matchup on January 5th. They chose not to do that. They chose to let her have her marriage and not be a part of any of the holiday tour matches, holiday tour dates. And now we come to this, and she puts on one of the worst Becky Lynch matches I've seen.
Sometimes tough criticism is tough to hear, but sometimes you got to hear the facts. And there's a reason that we're even spending this much time on this, is because how great we know someone like Becky Lynch is. And this woman just gave Becky Lynch one of the worst matches of her career.
Yeah. That's the only reason we say it. That's the only reason we gotta be critical about this, because I agree with Dion in the chat. He says that's another problem. Other wrestlers were defending her when she got criticism. How about y'all train with her? The Gratitude Era. Yeah, it's like, oh, you fans. I remember when we talked about that on True Hill Heat, and I went in on Rhea Ripley and all the other wrestlers. Like, no, this is valid criticism for someone who is not up to par with what we expect to see from the main roster. This is a issue with your bookers. This is an issue with the people that are putting her in a position to get criticized like this. This has nothing to do. This is not even us really criticizing Maxxine Dupri, because she's been set up to fail.
Oh, absolutely. 1,000. Yeah. And so this is essentially like when we spent all of that time criticizing this in-ring style of Jade Cargill and how they catapulted her into a position that she just wasn't able to deliver on, and they just said, fuck it anyway. This is apples to apples here. There's major struggles with both of them. And Maxxine's is just way more, unfortunately. At least with Jade Cargill, she carries an aura and a look, and she sticks to a particular style.
Yeah.
She doesn't try to be flashy and flippy. She is, I'm a beat your ass type chick. And sometimes it comes out okay, and sometimes it just looks really bad. Maxxine is trying to be athletic and do sparkling counters and trying to be a magician in the ring. That's not fucking you. Not at this point in time. And it's fucking on the stupid ass bookers that's back there and people that's watching her rehearse and like, not yet. Keep working on that. Don't do that out there yet. Don't do that out there yet. Don't do this out there yet. They're like, go ahead. Go ahead. And it's like, do y'all even fucking pay attention to what she's doing in rehearsals for y'all to let her literally go out there and do that in front of 12, 14,000 people? And then there's going to be people on shows and all of that critiquing all of that. Y'all clearly don't give a fuck about y'all talent, and y'all just put them out there regardless because they had a moment. But clearly there's still work to be done. A lot of work to be done. And y'all just not putting y'all attention into that. And that's really fucked up, because now we spent all of this time talking about like the faults in one like Maxxine Dupri, but this is all faults of WWE management not fucking realizing what she's capable and what she's incapable of doing, and not monitoring exactly what she needs to be doing in and out of the ring. That's on them. And she goes out there and does her job thinking that she's doing something in satisfaction, when they're not just being honest and just saying, don't do this, don't do that. Let's work on this a little bit longer. Let's do this. Maybe let's do this route. Maybe if you want to counter, maybe we do it this way. See if you can perform that. No, they're just letting her go out there and fucking fuck up and kind of look like an ass on their end.
Yeah, and a few people have mentioned this in the chat, and ANJ Network saying, don't disagree with what y'all are saying. And if nothing else, I think of Harley Cameron, who has been in roughly the same amount of time, yet look at the blatantly obvious contrast. Mainly, with Harley Cameron, I think is a different case, because Harley Cameron is just effortlessly entertaining, and she has a character. She has a personality to her. I don't know what the personality of Maxxine Dupri is. Maxxine Dupri has either been an offshoot of Max Dupri, the former LA Knight. She's been an offshoot of MXM collection. She's been an offshoot of Alpha Academy, and now she's an offshoot of Natty. She's basically been adopting someone else's personality her entire run on the main roster.
And that's the WWE's fault, because they haven't established a single character for this woman. And for somebody like Harley Cameron, yeah, of course, everybody knows that she's nowhere near like the best in the ring at all. But what Harley Cameron does, Harley Cameron is a damn good seller. Harley Cameron has a damn strong character. Harley Cameron doesn't try to do fucking flips and tricks and over the top counters that doesn't fit her. Harley Cameron keeps it as basic as possible because she knows how it will come off on camera if she tries to do all of this over exuberant shit. Harley Cameron's version of less is more is way more beneficial than her doing more is less.
She just keeps it simple. She keeps it simple in the ring, and they're just trying to make Maxxine into something she's not. We did at this point, this was when we went to a commercial break, and when we go to the commercial break, that is when we get the call up of Javon Evans, because you get Adam Pearce coming out. He introduces a video package of Javon, and then Javon basically gets his entrance. He comes out. Adam Pearce says that he has a contract for him from Monday Night Raw, so he could become an official part of the roster. And Javon Evans signs it. The crowd gives him a bunch of applause. They then did a backstage segment with Javon talking to the Americanos. They get into a confrontation and seemingly set up a future matchup between Javon and El Grande Americano. And the segment with Adam Pearce in front of the fans went completely on during the commercial break. And this backstage segment with the Americanos was a digital exclusive.
Yeah, love that. Just love that. Just love that. This is a big version of I don't give a fuck. Yeah. And clearly they don't give a fuck, because the first thing that they're doing is pairing him with Grande Americano. Not even the Grande Americano. This tall 7-foot motherfucker that has no business being Grande Americano. This Grande Americano that wears a suit every fucking week. I don't even care.
This is like we're right in the depths of where this show just fell off a cliff. We have made it to where this show just isn't good at all anymore.
You see how the mood changed? Yes. You see how we started off tag title match, AJ Gunther, and this precipitous fall from the Nitro roller coaster is taking place.
They did have a video package for an NXT talent next. We see a video pack.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Chad Gable rivalry either. I wouldn't mind Chad. Like, you see, if it was Chad Gable, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad if it was Chad Gable. But it's not Chad Gable. It's not Chad Gable. It's whoever this motherfucker is. Wait, did both sides freeze? Am I? Are we both frozen? Can y'all hear me? SP froze. Can y'all hear me, or is it only SP? Oh, I'm good. Apparently, the internet, the WWE is tapped in on SP3. Damn, SP, they hate you, bro. They hate you, SP. They really, Yo, SP is going through it over there, bro. That is crazy. Clearly, SP is about to talk about the video package that they showed with Oba Femi. And Oba Femi is needed for this Monday Night Raw roster more than you could fucking imagine. Because if Oba Femi ends up on SmackDown, we might need to be doing Friday Night SmackDown reviews. And the Oba Femi graphic, if you saw, the Oba Femi letters are in blue. Everything about this is all blue. Everything about this is all SmackDown related. So something's telling me that Oba Femi, Trick Williams, Matt Cardona is going to light SmackDown up and give them the injection they need while we over here fucking suffering through the Vision, through Rey Mysterio and all the Lucha Libres, through fucking Grande Americano. Lord knows what the fuck they want to do with Javon Evans. Maxxine Dupri is, I think, going to be taking a vacation, a little sabbatical. The Uso segment, if we get to the Uso segment, Lord knows what's going on with SP's internet. The Usos, I really think, personally, the Uso segment was literally to deliver to Brooklyn the chance for them to yeet, because last time they came to Brooklyn, Jey Uso did not even get to do a yeet at all. He was just there. And I think the Brooklyn crowd wanted a yeet fest.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. As soon as I clicked on that picture, like because it's snowing over here, it just knocked me out completely.
Nah, it's not snowing. It ain't the snow, bro. It is not the snow. That man got a hit out on you. That man is he's taking this whole episode 101, first episode of the new year personal.
WWE probably is watching this and being like, we're gonna fuck his internet up even more than usual. But yeah, they had that Oba Femi, another vignette hyping up his debut on the main roster. We'll see when that happens, and hopefully he gets a better introduction than what Javon Evans did.
Yeah, it actually might make TV, hopefully.
Hopefully, right? Then the aforementioned, I heard you talking about it. I turned on my phone and listened to you as I was trying to get the internet back.
Because I knew it was coming. I'm like, these motherfuckers, they didn't get to yeet in Brooklyn the last time. So they literally did this only for them to yeet.
They come out after we get like the sneak preview of WWE Unreal. The Usos are in your city. Time to yeet. Jimmy and Jay, they come out to celebrate their tag team title win from the week prior. Jay gets on the mic and he says that this is the year of the Usos. Jimmy calls themselves the best tag team in the game, and he says they'll be waiting for all the competition. He starts rhyming and stuff. Jimmy is such the better promo. He's not only the better wrestler, but he's also the better promo of the two. How is that? How did usually you have a tag team where one guy is the better promo and the other guy is the better wrestler, but the only thing that Jay has on him is like the better character and he's more over. That's it. He's not the better wrestler. He's not the better promo. But they say that they are sending a warning to the entire Raw locker room, the entire Raw tag team division, that the Usos are now on top and they're going to prove themselves, and they are waiting for any competition that comes ahead of them. Any thoughts?
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. All right, we're done. Literally just a chance for them to yeet. They just gave Brooklyn a chance to yeet twice. And that was it. Segment was an absolute waste of time.
Pretty much. What wasn't a waste of time was your girl. Stephanie Vaquer is here, and apparently she's got injured in last week's matchup, the triple threat that we saw between Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella, and Raquel Rodriguez. She comes out in a walking boot. Stephanie on her left leg as a result of last week. Jackie asks the question on everybody's mind, what now? No, the question on everybody's mind, Jackie, is what happened to you? Jackie asks that, and then Stephanie says that 2025 was amazing. She accomplished a lot. She became the first woman to win 4 titles in 1 year. She became the WWE Women's World Champion. Stephanie takes the microphone from Jackie and thanks to WWE fans for believing in her. She speaks in Spanish, and she also calls Nikki Bella and Raquel Rodriguez in Spanish assholes. Her injury won't stop her, though. She wants everyone. Jackie thanks her, and we think that it's all over as Stephanie is about to raise up the title. But out of nowhere comes Raquel Rodriguez. She attacks Stephanie. Dude, I had the same reaction. I was like, why won't they end this, please? She goes after Stephanie. She grounds and pounds her. Then she grabs at her injured ankle. She starts slamming it down on the mat. Raquel then picks up Stephanie and she delivers a Tejada bomb, laying out the champion. She then goes to the outside and grabs a steel chair. She looks like she's about to Pillmanize the injured ankle of Stephanie until referees and officials come down. Adam Pearce comes down. He grabs the steel chair. He tries to slam it down, but it just bounces up. Raquel then leaves before she can inflict any more damage, as we see Stephanie Vaquer basically in pain, holding her injured ankle. When we come back from commercial break, we see Stephanie is backstage being helped by the medical attendants, but then out of nowhere comes Raquel again. She attacks her, throws her into some production cases. She lays out the medics, and then she's stomping on the ankle. She grabs at Stephanie, sending a message to her before Adam Pearce comes in and promises to find Raquel everything she's worth before she exits and ends this beatdown. Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez is the Raw version of Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax. That's all I have to say. This shit will never end. They are purposely trying to ruin this reign of Stephanie Vaquer. I'm convinced at this point. JJ?
You fucking fools. I hate this show, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You fucked up the camera.
I thought we was done with this piece of shit. I thought we was done with this bullshit. I thought we was done. I thought we was fucking over it, and we're not. This shit is never gonna escape us. We're never gonna fucking get out of this shit. This is gonna be a 55-match series. These two are gonna fight more than John Cena and Randy Orton. This show can go fuck themselves. This show can go suck a big bag of dicks and fuck themselves and fuck everybody involved in booking and fuck everybody trying to ruin Stephanie Vaquer, La Primera, for no fucking reason. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's not enough that her only defenses have been against Raquel and Nikki Bella. Raquel and Nikki Bella. I thought that was in 2025, and immediately in 2026, we get this shit again. And apparently, these two are going to fight probably at the Royal fucking Rumble. These fucking assholes. Yo, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. No, I'm not all right.
Wait, did you see these comments from Dandy in the chat? I'm just seeing this. I scrolled up. I should have not scrolled up. He said, Carmelo Hayes, Lash Legend, Nia Jax, The Street Profits, Oba Femi, Javon Evans, Naomi, Trick Williams. How can you say Triple H doesn't care about black wrestlers? Because if you have a penis out of that list, none of them have had a singles match on WWE PLEs in fucking 2 years. Danny, you have to realize you do streaming. So I have seen your content. You are a white man. You should not be talking about this. This is not in your lane, sir. This is not in your lane to talk about.
Why?
And then you just fucked up completely. You said don't forget the Usos and no, we are gonna forget. They're not black wrestlers. What the fuck are you talking about?
I thought I was crashing out. You know what? I blame WWE for all of this. I just blame WWE has absolutely poisoned this man's brain. What are we even talking about? What are we actually even talking about?
I don't know.
Where was this even going?
I should have never scrolled up. That was my fault. You were crashing out for something else, but I just had to highlight that comment because that was just all types of ignorance.
This show can go to hell. This show can go all the way to hell, burn on it. And if I go to hell with him, I'm pissing on the fucking creator of this show. Because that motherfucker's coming with me. You have SP chat. Y'all have no idea how much I screamed and was fucking pissed off at my television when I saw this bitch come from behind. Like, y'all just hate us. Y'all hate us.
Like you.
Y'all hate us. Y'all hate anyone that is a fan of Stephanie Vaquer. Y'all just hate us. Like, y'all are punishing us for no fucking reason. Like, there is a fucking roster of women. A roster.
Yo, you punched your camera. That shit was hilarious.
It's a roster of women. It's a roster. You would think that these niggas is a startup company and they only got 3 fucking people. Oh my God. We're going into the Royal Rumble season with Raquel Rodriguez again. Yo, I hate this show. I hate this show. I am biasly immediately giving this show a thumbs down. Just spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You ain't gotta wait for this for me. That shit is already in the fucking toilet for me. Got all these niggas in creative, all these niggas in the back in Gorilla, and they just say, oh, let's send Raquel out there again. Again.
Oh.
Yo, I'm so glad I didn't go to this show because I might have gone to jail because I might have hit the person next to me off just pure fucking rage and accident, and I'd have been so oh my God, I hate these people. I hate these people.
Oh my God. Whew. That was hilarious. That might be one of the greatest crash outs in Rated Raw review history. We've had a few, but that might be the greatest.
I thought I was mentally exhausted and tired of it. And then I thought we got the blow off and it'd be done.
Nope. She's beaten her like twice
just
already.
Beginning.
She's beaten her like twice already.
This show can go to hell. This show can go to hell.
Hey, we got some good news for you. Eminem is now providing the official theme of Monday Night Raw. He's it's what is it? Is it Gorilla? Yeah, Gorilla. Gorilla is gonna be the new theme song of Monday Night Raw. And I was like, I like Eminem and I like the song, but I don't know how this will work on any other show besides the Stranger Things episode.
If they need to have that Gorilla song for that one show and one show only. It should only be on that show.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit here on January fucking 19th and telling me that we're gonna be hearing Gorilla. Now, anybody that knows me knows how big of a fan of Eminem I am. Eminem has a fucking library to choose from. Gorilla is not the song you play every week.
Nah. It's a choice.
Can we move on?
Yeah, we could go on. We go back to last week when Penta made the save for Rey Mysterio against the Vision. And we see Rey Mysterio is backstage in his locker room. He's talking to Dragon Lee that he'll be champion again after his loss of the tag team titles. He pumps him up, and then Dragon Lee leaves. And then in comes Penta. Penta then appears and tells Rey how he agrees to come back early to help him against the Vision. Rey knew that Penta would have his back, and only Penta understands the tradition and honor and respect of Lucha Libre that the Vision want to destroy. Since when has the Vision been against Lucha Libre? Penta will always be there for Rey, he says, and they do the Zero Mero fist bump. I was so confused on this segment because I was like, when did the Vision want to destroy Lucha Libre?
This show is already off a fucking cliff. This show is absolutely directionless at this point. They only wanted to fuck with and get Rey Mysterio out of the picture. They didn't say anything about Lucha Libre wrestling. But this is WWE at its finest. Gives you a bunch of what the fucks. Like, what was that segment?
I don't know. I was just gonna move on because I was so confused by what they were talking about, and the fact that Penta can be in a whole bunch of segments with luchadors, except for his brother.
Whatever. What the fuck ever.
Liv Morgan is back, and she's in her first in-ring matchup on Monday Night Raw since June when she suffered a dislocated shoulder. She is out with the Judgment Day's Roxanne Perez as she goes one-on-one with Lyra Valkyria. Good reaction for Liv coming out here. We see Elle Duncan is in the house with a gigantic Stranger Things WWE title belt. Remind you, Elle Duncan is not from Stranger Things. So, yeah. Lyra trips up Liv early on and then kicks her. Northern Light suplex gets a 2 count. Liv goes outside. She evades Lyra's kicks through the ropes and then goes back in the ring and kicks Lyra to the floor. Liv then sends Lyra into the steel steps to gain the advantage. Lyra sends Liv to the mat when we return, and then they clothesline each other for the double down. We get forearm exchange between the two women. Lyra goes with an elbow, and then Liv misses along the ropes. Lyra hits a big suplex and a tornado DDT, and then a fisherman's buster for a 2 count. Lyra looks for Nightwing, but Liv is able to reverse that into a crucifix bomb. Lyra gets struck by some Liv elbows. Then Lyra lifts her up and goes for the night ring, but Liv is able to reverse that into a DDT for 2. Liv with some kicks, and then Lyra with some kicks of her own. Roxanne holds the ropes down, and Lyra tumbles outside while the referee doesn't notice. This gives Liv the advantage, but Roxanne Bailey tries to stop Roxanne from getting involved. Roxanne slaps Bailey and then throws her over the timekeeper's area. This allows Bailey to snap and become the role model. She then grabs Roxanne and then grabs the steel chair and chases after Roxanne. Bailey snapping without, Lyra in control of it distracts Lyra as she looks back at the entrance, and this gives Liv the opportunity to hit Oblivion for the 1-2-3 to pick up the win here. This was fine. Nothing to write home about, and the crowd were not into it as much as they were into Liv's entrance. They kind of just toned out of this one outside of screaming and chanting for Y2J. Any thoughts?
It's good to see Liv. It's good to see Roxanne.
Glad Liv's back.
And the people, wrestling fans can be, some wrestling fans, not all, because there's a bunch of smart ones in this chat, thank God.
Thank God.
There's a lot of wrestling fans that could be so fucking stupid. They immediately post on social media, oh, the Liv stomach tattoo is fake. Like, it's not, it's a belly wrap. It's a wrap. She didn't even try to make it look like a tattoo.
No.
Like, people are just dumb. And it's like, people are trying to do literally everything just to get reactions and clicks and comments. Like, are y'all that desperate?
Yeah, they are.
Clearly they are.
Clearly. Hey, they have been saying,
yeah, I just crashed out on live TV for real.
I lost it. I was like, I don't know if you noticed, I was laughing for a good 5 minutes because you completely lost it. It was so good.
Clip it, I guess, so I can probably rewatch it.
Oh, definitely. That's gonna be one of our shorts from Rated Raw Review today. It's gonna be Tough Guy JJ loses it off of Raquel Rodriguez, still feuding with his favorite Stephanie Vaquer.
Stephanie doesn't deserve this, man.
I said this. It really feels like they're purposely trying to ruin her run. But there was the report that we talked about on True Hill Heat this week, where they apparently WWE has big plans for Liv Morgan, and they want her to be like a big part of WrestleMania coming up this year. So, do you think that Liv is probably the favorite for the Royal Rumble, or who is it going to be? Do you think how do you think they're going to get her in a position to be in a big time matchup at WrestleMania if it's not that?
Ask me next week, because right now I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Just ask me that next week. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how. All I am concerned about from this fucking sad ass, stupid ass book division is how are they booking my fucking La Primera. I could give two flying fucks about how they're going to book Liv Morgan when they are absolutely destroying my favorite fucking competitor in that division. I don't give a fuck what they're going to do with Liv Morgan right now. What?
The fact that this Raw women's division is objectively so good talent-wise. It's so infuriating how bad the booking is. It is infuriating. I will say you are right in your anger towards that. Yes.
What the hell did he want? You know what? I love Josh too much to. Who want me about what? That they was gonna do the worst booking job in fucking World Women's Championship history to her? This is worse than anyone could have warned me for. This woman has been the champion for almost 5 months and has defended it against 2 people. There's no warning for that.
There's no warning shots. Oh man. I feel for you, JJ. I feel for you. It's tough. It's tough out here. It's tough out here. I understand.
Oh, it's rough in these streets. Oh, it's
rough in the street right now. Oh man, you gotta hand it to WWE. Only WWE can do this to us.
That's what I'm saying. This is the only place that would get me to crash out on live TV. AEW ain't this bad to make me crash out on live TV. AEW can't be this bad for me to crash out on live TV. It's only this fucking place.
I mean, like I said before about the crowd, no, it wasn't the greatest, but they were given a shit show. What else do you expect from the crowd? Like King Pate got it right. Like it was a terrible show. Why do you expect the crowd to cheer a fucking trash ass show?
That's like me
I
telling
don't.
you watch like a fucking really, really bad episode of episodic TV, and you need to just be hyped for the entire thing. How? Like, it's not even physically possible. Anyway, I told you this shit was going to be really short or really long. And we're 2 hours in and we haven't even got to the fucking main event yet.
Hey, we're here. We're here at the main event.
Thank God.
Oh, we're here at the main event to talk about. Before that, we had an interview with CM Punk, who basically cut a really good promo. I thought this was like a sports like promo from Punk here. He was backstage with Jackie Redmond. She asks him how he's preparing for Bron Breakker and everything he comes with. Punk dismisses the question and then tells people not to underestimate him. He also says that he's going to go to sleep. He's going to give everyone a GTS. He says it doesn't matter if it's Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul. It could be you, Jackie. It doesn't matter. He says that he's going to make him go to sleep tonight in Brooklyn. He threatened to give a go to sleep to Jackie Redmond. That was pretty badass.
And I do want to can I just respond to one thing on here?
Of course. Go ahead.
Yeah. my people's AJN Network. That the AEW and WWE comparison, WWE is the only place that can make me act this volatile.
Mm-hmm.
WWE is the only one that's capable of that. AEW doesn't feel like it's capable of being this bad. So it's not me saying AEW is the be all end all.
Yeah. They're definitely not saying that.
Have bad moments and bad TV, but not crash out bad TV.
Like they're like with AEW, like you'll have the Tony Khan lull period when the NFL season starts. But on the most part, regardless of if it's good, bad, indifferent, or great, AEW, there is some effort shown from the wrestlers, from the booking, from there. It feels like there's some effort and foresight and thought put into it. With WWE, it just feels like it's just laziness a lot of times. It just feels like utter laziness when it comes to booking, and it doesn't feel like there's a lot of thought put into stuff like Raquel Rodriguez continuing her rivalry with Stephanie Vaquer. And I hope that Stephanie Vaquer is going to be healthy as well, because we don't know if this ankle injury is serious. And the beatdown did feel like they were trying to write her off or have an angle in case they need to write her off. So I'm hoping that the injury is not that serious, but for Raquel Rodriguez to be the one, it was just like, dude, we are over this rivalry. Why is all these stories go on for years?
And do y'all have to understand how infuriating this is going to be for me if this program is what causes Stephanie Vaquer to legitimately be injured. This program, this shit, like, just imagine, and I'm praying that it's nothing serious. Like, I'm praying that it's all work, but you never know. Like, anything can happen, especially dealing with doofuses like that in the fucking ring. If she is actually injured and has to miss a few months, we're 3 months away from WrestleMania. If I'm going to lose a chance to see my favorite women's competitor at WrestleMania because of this bullshit story, there's nothing that AEW can do to get me that pissed off. Nothing.
I couldn't say that. They did announce officially that yes, AJ Styles and Gunther, first time ever next week. Hopefully, we have nothing but good things to say about next week's show. It does help that next week's show is going to be at 2 p.m.
about the crowd for sure.
It's going to be 2 p.m. in the afternoon as well. I always enjoy the afternoon Raws more than the evening Raws. But we get that.
I'm not arguing with y'all. I have all love for y'all. It's just trying to make sure that the points that I'm making is heard right from my perspective.
Yeah. No, I get it. Everybody's have their own opinion. Like what you like. I like that we have a lot of different opinions and conversation in the chat. Always appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, drop the thumbs up. Show that appreciation back. But let's talk about this main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Bron Breakker is the challenger representing the Vision. CM Punk, the champion, who is in full-on troll mode as he comes out with a freaking Steiner Brothers inspired varsity Letterman jacket with the Michigan colors on his tights and on the jacket. That was great touch by Punk. Love that. We get the formal special ring introductions. Punk gets the early advantage. He works a side headlock early on, then a hammerlock. Braun lifts out of it, and then Punk goes to a wrist lock and takes Braun over. Braun hits a big power slam, catching Punk, who tries to leapfrog him and lays him out. Before we go to commercial break, Braun comes back and he's punching away at Punk. We see Braun running Punk over with the breaking line. Then Braun catapults Punk's neck onto the bottom rope, while Cole compares Braun to Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, saying that he hasn't seen anyone who's gotten into this business and adapted so well since those guys. Braun slams Punk down, and then he works him over for a bit. We get the dogs barking in the building. Punk fights back and gets Braun on his shoulders, but Braun slips off and hits a suplex for a 2 count. Braun tells the crowd to look at this bum over here. He's talking his shit. Punk then fights back and he gets whipped hard into the corner by Braun though. We get Braun blocks the GTS and then gut busters Punk for a 2 count. Braun then tosses Punk outside. He goes for the spear, but Punk cuts him off with a big clothesline before we go to another commercial break. We come back from commercial break and we see Braun hitting a standing moonsault for 2 count. Then we get Braun, who's up top with Punk. It looks like he's going for the superplex, but he always does this. He always does the same spot. This is why it is so frustrating how badly Punk fucked him over on this. So he has him up top with his legs outside for looking like he's going for a superplex, but Punk fights out of it. He puts his legs outside of the ropes, but then this motherfucker puts his legs inside the ropes before Braun does the run up and does the Breakensteiner. So then when he tries to flip Punk over, Punk's legs are inside, so he won't flip over. So Braun fucking eats shit and almost breaks his fucking neck again. Punk is able to recover. He hits a second rope elbow drop and gets a 2 count. Then Punk gets crotch as he goes up to the top rope again. And then this time he finally gets his feet on the inside and Braun's able to do the Breakensteiner for a 2 count. Braun then military presses Punk. Punk hits a DDT for a 2 count. They start exchanging strikes. We get a leg lariat and then the neck breaker by Punk, high knee in the corner, short arm clothesline. Punk goes up top and he hits the top rope elbow drop as standard this time. He motions for the go to sleep. At this point, Paul Heyman jumps on the apron to distract Punk. Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory get signaled out by Heyman. The Vision is at ringside. Punk starts knocking off members of the Vision out off the apron, Bronson Reed and Logan Paul. Braun bumps Punk into the referee as we get a referee bump, and then all hell is breaking loose. You get Austin Theory jumps into the ring, and he delivers a curb stomp to Punk. Breakker goes for the cover. They throw the referee back in, but he only gets a 2 count. Bronson Reed starts clearing off the table, and he looks like he's going to put Punk through it, but then the music of Penta hits. Out comes Dragon Lee, Penta, and Rey Mysterio. They attack the other members of the Vision, fight with them through the crowd to basically make it one-on-one once again. We get Braun goes for the spear, but he spears the ring post instead. Punk gets Braun on his shoulders, and he hits the go to sleep. 1, 2, Braun kicks out. Punk then picks up Braun. He delivers one of the ugliest ugliest power drivers you will ever see, where he just wanted to protect his neck so badly that he just had an awful power driver. That gets him a 2 count. Punk goes for another go to sleep, but this time Breakker is able to reverse things into a Fujiwara armbar. Punk is able to roll him up and gets a 2 count, but Braun keeps the hold on until Punk is able to reverse things into an Anaconda Vice. Braun stares at Punk as he lifts up. He rises up and hits Punk with another gutbuster. He hits a short arm clothesline and he only gets a 2 count. Then Braun signals for the GTS and he goes for it, but Punk is able to pick the ankle and he gets an STF. Shout outs to his rival, John Cena. Braun is able to make it to the ropes, but Punk pulls him away. He tries to reapply the hole, but at this point, Paul Heyman gets back onto the apron. This leads to Punk grabbing Heyman and then punching him to basically take him out of the matchup. Punk then avoids the spear. Braun tumbles outside. Punk goes for a big dive through the ropes, but Braun punches him, and oh my God, Punk eats shit, goes head first into the mat on the outside. I was like, God damn, Punk is just being beaten the shit out of. And then to make things worse, Bron Breakker sets up, he goes to the top rope, and he does his leaping clothesline off the top rope through Punk, through the announce table. He then puts him back into the ring. He pulls down his straps. He goes for the big spear, but Punk is able to catch him with a big knee. He then hits a second go to sleep. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk retains the World Heavyweight Championship. The first half of this matchup is just filled with botches and mistakes. It just felt like they weren't on the same page this entire kind of matchup early on in the match. But the biggest compliment I could give it, they were able to recover, and the final 5 to 10 minutes of this matchup was great. So it turned into a very good matchup by the end of things. They were able to recover nicely. I love the near falls with the go to sleep, with the Fujiwara armbar, with the STF. I like that they got all the interference and shenanigans of the regular WWE main event style out of the way. And then when it was down to those two, they had a good matchup by the end of this one. But man, oh man, it took me a lot to get back into this one because of the mistakes were a lot of unforced errors by Punk, because Punk is not exactly on that level anymore. And it's also just a combination of Punk being slower and Breakker being so fast in the ring. It just didn't mesh up too well until the last 10 minutes of this matchup. And they got plenty of time here. They got over 26 minutes for this main event matchup. So very good matchup. Punk retained. It does suck for Breakker. Yeah, I would have loved for Breakker to win here, but we kind of all knew, we kind of all understood that this probably wasn't it for Breakker to win. He's going to win it on a bigger show, most likely, but we'll just have to wait and see when that exactly happens. But what did you think about the main event?
Yeah, it was a tale of two matches for me. First half of this match was really, really a bad slow pace. It was, the feel out process was a little too long. And then, as you said earlier, the second half did pick up. There was just a lot of sloppiness throughout the whole match, but it got good. It got good, and no thanks to any of the outside interference, because literally those two did everything good in the match. It was just those two really. The spots at the end was really, really pretty good. The spear did this to me. I thought that was pretty cool when he did the running spear attempt and Punk caught him with a knee. That was pretty nice. The top rope fucking clothesline through the table was fucking nuts. Those fucking fireman carry gut busters was fucking dope too. So there's some good in this match. There's a lot of good in this match. I just unfortunately was damn, it's just a little too predictable, especially the way the night was going. Getting two new champions, it's damn, there's no way in hell Braun is winning this shit. They're not clean sweeping all the championships on this night. But I'm just glad that Braun is okay. because this is twice now involved in matches with CM Punk that something really, really bad could have happened to him. And that shit needs to get cleaned up really, really fast, because those two are going to be very big parts of WrestleMania. And to have anything that might lose one of them this close to WrestleMania because of in-ring mistakes could be bad for them, because they're already struggling giving us any good stories with a healthy roster. Now, if we get a fucking halfway injury-ridden roster, for God save those people that bought those tickets to WrestleMania, because you might be in for a really, really rough 2 days.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're gonna run this match back, but hopefully they can get like a little bit more chemistry and flow a little bit better than the opening couple of minutes of this matchup here. Dion says, I'm kind of tired of babyface Punk. I like to see Punk, heel Punk in his Hogan NWO era with a couple of guys watching his back. Him as a faction leader works. Bring back the straight edge society. There you go.
Yeah, I'll pass.
We got Dion who says, Regal just talked about this. Let's stop dropping people on their necks. And that was such unforced. It was so fucking unforced. Like, I knew that spot was coming. How did you not know? Y'all talked about this matchup beforehand. How did you not know that the Breakensteiner was the next spot?
Just glad everybody's all right.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Game of 8 saying if you have to overprotect your opponent in the ring to hit a move, don't hit the fucking move.
Yeah, don't do that power driver. There's no fucking need for it. If you're literally gonna power drive basically yourself.
Power drive your ass.
Like, he literally arched himself to land on his ass and put his head literally on top of both his thighs. Like, it looked so disgusting. Like, just don't do it. If you're too tired to fucking protect him and make the move look okay, then don't do the move.
Yeah, Punk was fucking gas at the end. Yeah, he dropped the title as he was lifting it up at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Do something else. Do your running, like, you ain't do your fucking knee into your running bulldog the whole match.
No.
But you want to do a power drive instead.
Josh says after the run-ins, the match picked up. It would have been a stinker if they didn't pick it up. Yeah, I would have. Yo, they had people bugging online after this matchup because the last 10 minutes was good. You had people saying, "Oh, this match, Wrestle Kingdom had match of the year for only 2 days." And I'm like,
tell you, and the desperation is real, bro. The desperation for people reacting and clicking on your shit is real. That is some real over-the-top desperation behavior right there.
that's some real over-the-top glazing for CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
We got a super chat donation from Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says, "What makes you mad? ? Will eventually make you laugh. So let's just laugh this crap off, SP3 and JJ. As Trips once asked, did you enjoy the show?" Laughing emojis. He says, sarcasm, kinda.
Tell you, this is the only place that could fucking make you react this way. The only place that can do it.
I did like the fact that the matchup was very much coded in Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada from their first time facing each other at Wrestle Kingdom 11. How the story of that matchup was the Kenny Omega had the world beater with the one wing angel, and he kept going for it, but he was never able to hit it, and then he lost in the end because he was never able to hit it. that was the key to this matchup where Braun kept going for the spear, but he was never able to hit it. So they did protect the spear by not having him hit it at all.
There's that.
Hey, I gotta give it some nuance, some credit. They did a great job of telling the story of the veteran making calculated risks, like the dive to the outside that didn't work for him, and then Braun being more reckless because of his lack of experience. He's gonna be the guy one day, but he just needs more experience. I just wish that they could have told that story on the November 1st Saturday night's main event. I'm not letting go of this. I'm not letting go that they should have done this matchup 2 months ago.
Would have been nice, huh?
Would have been nice. And then this could have been built up as Braun finally winning. Or you didn't do this matchup here and you did another challenger for Punk here, and then Braun would be more of a favorite to win the Royal Rumble instead of possibly winning the Royal Rumble 3 weeks after he just lost.
Yeah, they're just not that smart.
No.
It's all in their hands, and they're just not that smart.
They don't have any foresight like that. So
clearly not. I'm sending out Raquel Rodriguez 17 fucking weeks in a row.
All right, we made it to the end of another edition of Rated Raw Review. We appreciate you for joining us and sticking with us through Wi-Fi issues and through crash outs. We appreciate y'all for making it to the end of this video. If you haven't already, drop the thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe if you are new. We are here every Tuesday reviewing Monday Night Raw. We're trying to get our place as the longest running Monday Night Raw review. We got our place as the longest running AEW Dynamite review, but we're coming close with Raw. But sound off in the live chat, sound off in the comments down below, and let us know what you thought about this week's episode. What did you give it? A thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle? Out of 10, what did you give last night's show? Your MVP, your LVP, and your moment of the episode for me and Top Guy JJ for the January 5th, 2026. See, I was about to say 2025. 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Raw is Stranger Things. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah. I think by the end of this, yeah. Out of 10, what did you give this episode, JJ?
A 4.
I gave it a 5.5. I'm gonna give it
4.
a 5.5. 4 out of 10.
Yep.
Okay.
And the only reason I got a 4 is because Io, Rhea, Asuka, Kyrie delivered in the beginning. Punk and Braun had themselves a pretty good match. 2 points, 2 points. That's 4 points. Nothing else on this show is getting shit.
Well, you're getting rave reviews for your performance for today. You were holding down the fort while I had my Wi-Fi issues. You gave crash outs. You gave genuine emotion to the show. So you are the real MVP. But who is your MVP for this episode?
This one's tough. I'm gonna say Rhea and I'm gonna say Rio because they actually had a really good match and they won the championships. I almost wanted to say Becky because she had to deal with that shit and she finally got the title off that woman's hands. But I'm gonna go Rio because they literally had a good match and they became champions.
I was going to go with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky as well. I think that was the one matchup on the show I had no real big issues with. So
yeah,
I'll go with that. But for match of the night, I'll go with Punk and Braun.
I'm still going with the ladies.
Fair. That is fair. That is fair. LVP for the show, JJ.
I have co-LVPs.
Okay.
Maxxine Dupri and Raquel Rodriguez.
I was gonna go with Triple H.
That's too easy, and it's like he's every week is the LVP. He's definitely honorably mentioned. Good job again for pissing people off. Triple H is actually so good at fucking being bad, he might be the MVP. It is actually remarkable how bad he can be. He's actually exceeding expectations on how bad you can make shit.
Moment of the episode, I'm going to go with the Y2J chants.
Moment of the night for me, I'm going to go with AJ slapping the shit out of Gunther.
That's a good one, too. But that's going to bring us to a close on another edition of Rated Raw Review. We appreciate y'all for joining us today, and I appreciate you, JJ, for getting through this episode after you nearly punched your camera out. I'll give you the spotlight, sir, so you can let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they'll see you again.
I guess. On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHeel_Top Guy JJ. And on the YouTube channel, I will be back and hopefully not needing to talk about this shit again on Saturday on True Heel Heat with SP, and I don't know if it's the full gang. Don't know if it's the full gang. If it's the whole gang, then
I think so.
So yeah, so I'll be on this Saturday for True Heel Heat, and I will be back, God willing, next Tuesday for another one of these Rated Raw reviews. You better have Romeo on standby, because this shit happens again, I might break my camera and I might not be able to be on air.
Yo, that has to be a short. I'm literally gonna I usually don't do timestamps all the time for Rated Raw Review. I'm doing it for this week. We need the timestamps so Chris G can make this a short on the channel of JJ punching his camera out. All right.
I'm legit still mad about that.
All right, you heard it here first. But follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSB3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best place to support us when we are not live here. Check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like our NJPW Wrestle Kingdom 20 review, where we broke down this past Sunday's big show. Check out the True Heel Heat flagship podcast, our first podcast of 2026, first flagship edition of 2026, where we broke down everything from AEW World's End, final predictions for Wrestle Kingdom, and everything in between. Check out our top 10 moments of 2025 video, voted on by the True Heel Heat gang and our friends. And I will be live with you tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, with Miss Chrissy Love on our second channel, True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment, for our review, our Power Book 4 Force Season 3, Episode 9, War Requiem, the penultimate on the episode before the series finale next week for Power Book 4 Force. So join us for that tomorrow. Me and Top Guy JJ will be with you next Tuesday on Rated Raw Review, but you can join us on Saturday, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time for the True Heel Heat flagship podcast. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, for Top Guy JJ, for everyone else, for all of you, thank you so much for joining us. This has been Rated Raw Review, episode 101, chapter 101, Stranger Things, for the January 5th edition of Monday Night Raw. We are signing off until next time.
Somebody get Raquel the fuck away from this woman.